Hello, everyone. It is my great privilege and honor to be here congratulating you on the occasion of the 161st commencement of the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art. What an extraordinary moment for all of you, and what a proud moment for the Cooper community. Like so much of what has transpired this year, this commencement is a bit different than those that have come before it. For starters, we are celebrating two classes, the class of 2021 and the class of 2020, whose own commencement last year was not possible due to the public health restrictions and closures related to the pandemic. In addition, we are pleased to be celebrating you in multiple ways this year. On Commencement Day, May 26th, in person, in the Great Hall for those of you who chose to walk across its storied stage. Live streamed for those of you who were unable to be in New York or wish to participate remotely, and again in June with a video commemoration of Commencement Day. Regardless of how you are participating, please know how proud we are to celebrate your accomplishments and embrace you as, forever, a member of the Cooper community. This commencement is a turning point for all of you as you graduate to pursue a wide and dynamic range of academic and career opportunities, a turning point for the Cooper community as we aim to return to more normal operations in the fall, and a turning point for the country and the world as we attempt to put the COVID pandemic behind us. It's important at this moment to both look forward and look back. While you as graduates look forward to new opportunities and endeavors in the years ahead, it is also a moment to reflect on everyone in your life who has supported you in achieving this important accomplishment. The family members, friends, teachers, and other community members who believed in you and who form a foundation upon which you've built your achievements. As we at the Cooper Union community look ahead to the fall semester, we should also look back appreciatively to the faculty, staff, and trustees who worked tirelessly to make the last 17 months possible. To our Board of Trustees who continued their volunteer service remotely and guided our institution supportively and flexibly through turbulent waters, to our faculty who learned on the fly to modify their teaching approaches, change their schedules, adapt their curricula, learn to utilize new technologies, and meet the needs of students. We should also look back at how our staff, from our buildings and grounds staff and our security team to our librarians and IT professionals, our student affairs and residential life teams, deans and administrators, admissions and financial aid staff, communication staff, fundraisers, and others persevered through difficult and uncertain times to keep the Cooper Union operating at full steam, while also ensuring the health and safety of our community. Because of everyone's hard work and dedication, our institution is as strong, if not stronger, than before COVID hit. We are positioned to go forward as a smarter and more flexible institution while continuing to provide our students with the highest quality education. Importantly, we also look back with incredible appreciation for the work of so many doctors, nurses, first responders, teachers, research scientists, and essential workers who have given so much of themselves to meet the demands of the COVID challenge and ensure the continuation of our day-to-day lives during this time. And we remember, with somber humility, the lives we have lost and continue to lose, not just in the United States, but in countries around the world. Most importantly, today, especially today, we look back on you. The resilience you demonstrated, the creativity you exhibited, the way you persevered through all of the potential obstacles to complete your Cooper Union education under extraordinary circumstances. You persisted in the midst of uncertainty. You are an inspiration to us all. As citizens of the world, we should look forward with optimism. There is hope and the possibility of greater health, prosperity, and peace of mind. Tremendous medical advances, the development of innovative vaccines, and unprecedented partnerships across industry and government have shown us what is possible. Advances in science and technology continue unabated. We are reminded through our physical distance every day just how interconnected we are. That is perhaps the most important gift in all of this, a reminder of the ways in which we can support one another, the ways we can rely on one another, the ways we must work together. Of course, there is one group that is most responsible for the success of today's graduates. It's you, the students of our graduating class. As all of us know, a Cooper Union degree is a tremendous accomplishment that is not just handed to anyone. It requires discipline, focus, determination, and thousands of hours of work. Obstacles such as the COVID pandemic make your accomplishments that much more impressive. So how did all of you do it? You went about the work of immersing yourself in the practices and studies that you came here to explore. You established meaningful connections with faculty members, staff, friends, and soon enough, you discovered places where your practice, your academics, and your community intersected with the very issues the world was grappling with. At Cooper, the depth of your conviction was evident. You experienced the power of building from the ground up, conceiving of an idea and shaping it, stewarding it into something deeply substantive and far-reaching. You organized and in several cases sought funding from Cooper's own internal grant program, in fact, to seed and expand those ideas. The Cooper Climate Coalition, for example, evolved from a week's worth of sophisticated programming and advocacy-based events to build awareness and engagement around Climate Week in 2019. And it is now a year-round force of ongoing initiatives that, in your words, center the climate crisis and its intersections with races, classes, genders, sexualities, histories, economies, political structures, and more. Remarkable. The Autonomy Lab grew out of your initial desire for a center for autonomous and connected vehicles and is now a multidisciplinary effort, and soon to be a dedicated physical space in 41 Cooper. Focused on the development of sustainable smart cities that are economically, environmentally, and socially resilient, it is work with roots in your academic experience, but it will continue to be a source of solutions that our world needs. As the nation reckons with issues of racial inequality, you have taken action as leaders. Members of the Black Student Union and Cooper Climate Coalition and others helped usher in a year of introspection and exploration on issues of intersectional justice. And the BSU worked with Alumni Affairs to establish a pathway to mentorship, connecting Black students and alumni. You programmed, you connected across schools and cultural backgrounds. You helped shape reading and discussion groups and town halls. You continued to contribute to the work of decolonizing or deconstructing and reconstructing curricula to represent inclusive, global perspectives. Together, we've made progress, but our work is far from complete. Embracing diversity, equity, and social justice, these have been central to Cooper's mission and history for generations. Now, as we build from the contributions of your generation, we hold firm to the ideal that they be present and upheld in our everyday ethos, and that the systems and structures be examined and changed for the better. 100 years ago, there was another generation, like you, that faced the incredible task of moving society forward on the heels of a tumultuous period in history. Their challenge followed the upheavals of the First World War and a global pandemic in 1918. But in the decade after came a flourish of intellectual, artistic, scientific, and technological achievements. Radio and film reshaped our culture. Power and telephone lines connected the country. And the first nonstop transatlantic flights connected the globe. Public health measures took a step forward with the discovery of penicillin. And here in New York, the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building rose from the city's skyline. And Harlem became a hub of poetry, music, literature, and fights for justice and equality. Around that time, in 1921, a young Black woman from Florida arrived in New York City, hoping to attend the School of American Sculpture. When it was determined that she couldn't afford the tuition there, she was encouraged to apply to the Cooper Union. Augusta Savage was admitted to the school ahead of 142 men on the waiting list, and she completed 4 years of coursework for her Cooper degree in just 3. She would go on to become an internationally accomplished sculptor, part of the Harlem Renaissance, the first director of the Harlem Community Arts Center, the first Black woman elected to the National Association of Women Painters and Sculptors, and an influential teacher. Augusta said this, and I quote, "I have created nothing really beautiful, really lasting. But if I can inspire one of these youngsters to develop the talent I know they possess, then my monument will be in their work." Which leads me back to you. As we emerge from the grip of the pandemic, it's now your turn, as it was for that generation 100 years ago, to make your mark. You are more prepared than just about any other generation to problem solve, to redirect and reorient when the world is upended. What will you do with that incredible capacity? What will you do next for the advancement of science and art? What will you do in service of a more perfect union, or the benefit of a healthier planet, or more vibrant, sustainable cities? What will you do for your neighbors, for humankind? How will you make the world more equitable? Whatever it is, the Cooper Union's monument will be in your work. You are now members of an interconnected community of Cooper Union alumni that stretches around the globe. People from this small but mighty institution who shape technology, the built environment, the way we reflect and perceive the world, our infrastructure, health and medicine, science and education, public policy, art and culture. They help shape our communities of practice, and in doing so, help to shape the world. They reflect on what is and imagine what could be. And so will you. You have graduated at a time when the world needs you more than ever. You are ready and more than equipped. You have demonstrated your compassion, resilience, and ingenuity as members of an engaged citizenry, and you will draw on those qualities as you take your next steps. I can't wait to see your stories unfold and see your aspirations and dreams take shape. On behalf of all of us at the Cooper Union, congratulations, graduates.
Each year, we invite an exceptional person to deliver the commencement address, a person who embodies the commitment to social responsibility and creative spirit that reflect the institution's mission. This year, we have the multidisciplinary artist Wangechi Mutu, a 1996 graduate of the School of Art, as our commencement speaker. Her art often reflects struggle and sometimes assault on the human body, but at the same time, perseverance, and if you look closely, optimism. These are all themes that are very relevant in 2021. Mutu was born in Nairobi, Kenya in 1972, where her parents' professions both supported her artistic development. Her father was a paper importer and provided her with the materials that fed her passion for drawing. Her mother worked as a nurse and kept a collection of books about tropical diseases, which Mutu says was an early source for her visual language. She was educated in Kenya and Wales and moved to New York, where she studied at the New School and then earned a BFA from the Cooper Union in 1996. In 2000, she earned her MFA in sculpture from Yale. Mutu's drawings, sculptures, collages, and films often focus on the female body and the legacies of colonialism, racism, globalism, and sexism are themes that permeate her work. Her art has been called pointed, fantastical, and provocative. Mutu has said her work gets to vandalize the original narrative. She has set out to envision not so much Blackness as a race, but the existence of African elements in culture in the future. Her many awards include the 2010 Deutsche Guggenheim Artist of the Year and the 2013 Brooklyn Museum's Asher B. Durand Artist of the Year. Of course, I have to mention that she's also been recognized by the Cooper Union with the President's Citation in Art, the Emerging Talent Award, and the Augusta St. Gaudens Distinguished Artist Award. Her work has graced some of the most renowned museums in the world, including San Francisco's Legion of Honor Museum and the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where her sculptures were the first pieces to ever fill the exterior niches of the museum's facade. We're thrilled that a visionary and disruptor like Wangechi Mutu is our commencement speaker, and we're very proud to say she's an alumna of the Cooper Union.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wangechi Mutu, and I graduated from Cooper Union in 1996. I'm so honored to be the commencement speaker this year, and I really wanted to express how thankful I am that I was picked to make this incredible speech, but also that you've kept me in mind all these years. Cooper Union was such an important time in my life, and I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for the educators and the dedicated instructors and the people who pushed and pulled at me and all of my classmates while I was there. So I want to say a big hello and a greeting to Laura Sparks, head of the school. I want to say hi to Adriana Farmiga, to William Villalongo, to Leslie Hewitt, to Mike Ezel, Doug Ashford. I want to thank you all for your dedication. If it weren't for you guys, artists like myself wouldn't be where we are. It takes teachers, it takes dedicated pedagogy, it takes absolute belief in young artists to make the kinds of world that we hope we're making through our work. I wish we were in the same room together. I wish I could see all your faces. I wish I could feel the exhilaration and the nerves, the anxiety, the excitement that I felt on that day of graduation. The lesson I learned, probably the most important lesson I learned from Cooper Union, because it's such a small school, because it's so intimate, because it's compressed in this big, huge, demanding city, was a lesson of empathy and accountability. One of the things that we did at Cooper is that we always got up and supported each other and made a lot of noise about things that didn't sit well with us. We were the kind of kids, the kind of school, the kind of students who never sat around and watched while things fell apart. We always made sure that we made a statement, and the statement that we made was always grounded in the work that we were producing. And that lesson was taught day by day, week by week, month by month, and in such an incredibly organic fashion that we didn't even know that we'd learned it, but it stuck with me throughout my life. And the times that it has come and haunted me and proved itself to be such an important lesson were years after I graduated from Cooper Union. So I'm going to tell one story, and I'm going to say how this story has so much to do with the lessons I learned at Cooper. My mother was so frightened, to say the least, and nervous about my life in New York. She heard me discuss, complain, explain how difficult it was to be a student, to be an art student in this big city, this big expensive city, and to exist both through the work I was doing and through the school classes I was participating in. And I remember my mother decided, this is a woman who was a midwife, was a nurse, who had closed her pharmacy and dedicated her life to taking care of her kids. But she decided, you know what, I'm going to help you. I'm going to come with these beautiful fabrics I've printed, this tie-dye fabric, and I'm going to come and sell some wares, and I'm going to make some money, and I'm going to help you out. And I remember thinking how absurd it sounded, but how utterly loving and caring it was of her. So my mother came to New York. She came to Brooklyn. She stayed with me. And I remember as we prepared all of these incredible things that she had produced, put them in boxes, prepared our bags, got our portable chairs and tables together to go to the market. I remember telling my mom, we should save some money and not take a cab and let's get on the train. So we got on the S train, which is a shuttle train. And we transferred from there to the A train. And as all of you who take the subway know, there's a time in your life in New York where you learn how to stand in the subway and pretty much ski with the movement of the train. And I remember that moment when we got on the A train, and I thought, oh, there's plenty of seats, we'll be fine. So I looked away from my mom and kind of organized my thoughts and the things around me. And before I know it, behind me, I heard this noise, and I turned around, and this disaster was laid in front of me. My mother had fallen across the floor in the train, and all the things that she was carrying, all the stuff that she was holding on to was scattered around. Now, luckily for me, there was a lot of nice people on the train, and this woman got up and grabbed a few things. A gentleman got up and held her and put her on the chair. I moved closer and brought my things, and we sort of gathered around her. In the few minutes after this happened, I remember sitting there and thinking, if I'm going to be an artist, if I'm going to make work, if I'm going to say anything, I will have to dedicate it to the fact that this that has just happened will never happen again. I decided that everything I did and everything that I would become as an artist would be grounded in making sure that my mother didn't have to struggle in this way for me, that I didn't have to see her laying on the floor in a subway in New York. After years of raising me, after years of raising my brothers and sisters, here she was struggling with her beautiful fabrics, trying so hard to uplift me. Whatever you do in your work, however you decide to work, whatever you decide your role is in this world, make sure that you ground your every single day in something that reminds you that you're accountable, that there's someone that you need to care for who cared for you, that the someone that you care for deserves as much as they gave you. That's what Cooper Union taught me. It taught me that art doesn't mean anything unless it matters to those you love and to those who've loved you. And so I wish you all the best. And I hope for you all the best. There's nothing easy about being an artist, but there's also nothing easy about going through Cooper Union. It's a tough school to get through. So I know you can make it through. I did. It's been incredible. These years that I've gone through, my practice has grown. My life has changed. My studios have expanded from Nairobi to New York, New York to Nairobi. I travel, I make work. And none of this would be possible if it weren't for the kind of education I received at Cooper Union. The courage, the grit, the humor, the radicality came out of this little school. So best of luck. And I honor you as you proceed. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Anne Griffin, Acting Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. Each year, the faculty and deans recognize some of the extraordinary achievements of our graduates in each of the 3 professional schools, with awards made possible by generous alumni and friends. On behalf of my colleagues, it is my pleasure to thank these benefactors for recognizing the tremendous potential of our students by creating the student prizes and awards listed in the program. The Irma Justino Weiss Prize for exceptional creative potential in architecture or art was endowed in 2002 by Cooper Union alumna Irma Justino Weiss, art class of 1945. This year, the prize goes to Isaac Islas Cox and Maren Bailey Spire, both from the Erwin S. Channon School of Architecture. The Jacques and Natasha Gelman Foundation Prize is presented to a graduating student from the School of Art who demonstrates exceptional artistic ability. The Gelman Prize celebrates and supports talented students on their path as professional artists, with many past recipients utilizing their work as a catalyst for social change and proactive community service. The 2021 recipient is Sydney Alexis Vernon of the School of Art. The Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Architecture, established in 2012 through the generosity of loyal benefactors Tony Howard and David Yarnell, goes to Yevgenia Dementieva of the Erwin S. Channon School of Architecture. And the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Art goes to School of Art graduate William R. Adams. The Snarkitecture Commencement Prize is awarded to a graduating student from the School of Architecture or Art who demonstrates a committed interest in exploring the peripheries of their discipline in pursuit of the unexpected. The prize was established in 2018 by Snarkitecture founders Daniel Arsham, art class of 2003, and Alex Mustonen, architecture class of 2005. This year, the prize is awarded to Elisa Catherine Petrosova of the School of Art. The Harold S. Goldberg Prize for Academic Achievement and Leadership in Engineering was endowed in 2007 by Harold S. Goldberg, electrical engineering class of 1944. The Goldberg Prize goes to Anea Dushai of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering. The Martin J. Waters Memorial Award, established in 1976, is given for outstanding work in humanities and social sciences over the course of a student's Cooper Union career. This year's recipients are Lou Torme and Theo Jacquenou, both from the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering. Congratulations to all the awardees.
Dean Shoup of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in chemical and civil engineering and the Bachelor's of Science in Engineering.
President Sparks, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate in both chemical and civil engineering and the Bachelor of Science of Engineering, whom have completed all requirements within the School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering, with approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates one of the following degrees: the Bachelor's of Science in Chemical Engineering, the Bachelor's of Civil Engineering, or the Bachelor of Science in Engineering. I gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
And now, President Sparks, I also have the honor to present to you candidates for the master's degree in chemical and civil engineering who have completed all requirements within the School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering, with the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates one of the following: master's degree of chemical engineering or master's degree of civil engineering, and gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Associate Dean Ruben Savitsky will now read the graduates' names.
Tiffany Yu. Andrew Najim. April Holly Mintz, Master of Engineering and summa cum laude graduate. Jack Owen Batson, Bachelor of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, cum laude graduate, a recipient of the American Institute of Chemists Student Award and the Raymond G. Brown Memorial Prize. Kevin Lin, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, magna cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Howard M. Siegel Memorial Prize. Paulo Serodio, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Howard M. Siegel Memorial Prize. Michael A. Chan, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, the Elmer J. Baden Chemistry Award, and the Marshall Rafal Prize in Thermodynamics. Evan J. Strauss, Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Eric J. Figueroa, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Robert Spice Fund Prize. William G. Popper, Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering and summa cum laude graduate. Johnson Jiang, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Harsho Sanyal, Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Gregory Joseph Belenitsky, Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering and cum laude graduate. Receiving the Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Chemical Engineering, David Jiang. And Joshua B. Pidogorsky, Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Civil Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Maxwell Linzer Prize. Jared Lawrence Raghavan, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Timil Patel, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering and recipient of the Howard M. Siegel Memorial Prize. Zen Candy Liu, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering and cum laude graduate. Matthew Anthony Moulton, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering and recipient of the Howard M. Siegel Memorial Prize. Fanny Chen, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, and recipient of the HSS minor in Interdisciplinary Studies. Stephanie Yael Raphael, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering, and cum laude graduate. Justin Sin, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Alex Zheng Li, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Edward Huang, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Karina Toy, Bachelor's of Science and recipient of the HSS minor in Interdisciplinary Studies and the Computer Science minor. Henry Edgar Jennings, Bachelor's and Master's of Engineering, both in Civil Engineering. Devin Accardi, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Changru Chen, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering and cum laude graduate. Delphine K. Trost, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, magna cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Louis Gleekman Memorial Prize. Christian Alexander Peña, Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Sanjeev Menon, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Yigal Kamel, Bachelor's of Science, summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Class of 1907 Award, the Harry W. Reddick Award, and the Irvin Leon Lynn Memorial Prize. Jenna Scott, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Courtney Jessica Chu, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, recipient of the HSS minor in Interdisciplinary Studies and cum laude graduate. Vincent Wu, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Bibi S. Razak, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering and cum laude graduate. Aaron Ross Fink, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering and cum laude graduate. Yi Jiang, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, cum laude graduate and recipient of the Marshall Ruffall Prize in Thermodynamics. Yu Shu, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering. Shu Ri Wang, Bachelor's and Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Martin Lee Alvizuri, Bachelor's and Master's degrees in Civil Engineering. Anna Joselle V. Lomboy, Master's in Chemical Engineering. Ming Liang Zhang, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Ching Lam Yuen, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering and recipient of the Harold Keel Fund Prize. Christopher Ryan Tang, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Brighton Nguyen, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering, recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, the Raymond G. Brown Memorial Prize, and Service to the School Award from the School of Engineering. Jae-bin Poo, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering, cum laude graduate, recipient of the Maxwell Linzer Prize and the Joseph Kalb Fund Prize. Larnie Angela de los Reyes, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize. Konstantinos Konstantinidis, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering, and cum laude graduate. Hyomin Seo, Bachelor's of Science degree and a minor in Computer Science. Karush Gamegami, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering and recipient of the Best Hair Prize. Alec R. Svensson, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. James Zhang, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Chessie Shi, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Aidan George Smolar, Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, HSS minor in Literature, Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering, and cum laude graduate. Sally Na, Bachelor's of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Iju Yoon, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering. Mubtasim Amjun, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering. Huimin Leo Chu, Bachelor's of Engineering, Civil Engineering. Michael Lang, Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, and cum laude graduate. Joanna Bueno, Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Luis A. Nunez Adames, Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Fanny Ma, Master's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Mahmoud Khair Aldin, Bachelor's of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Okay. Congratulations to all of those people who were here in person. We would now like to recognize graduates who are attending the ceremony remotely. Okay, so here's a list of folks who have earned a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering in 2020. Isabella Veronica Belika, Michael Dayan, Yuan Li, Kevin Liang, Felipe Puyat Mapa, Soham Rakesh Patel, Andy Shu, Jason Alexander Frederick Sherman, Peter Ming Zhao. Those who earned a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering in 2021 are Mahfuzul Islam, Soyeon Kim, Sang-Ho Lee, and Yu Shu. Those who earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in engineering in 2020 are Sungwon Kim, Minyoung Na, Mrigank Saxena, Harshwa P. Shah. A bachelor's degree in civil engineering was earned in 2021 by Wei Zhang. A bachelor's of science degree in engineering was earned in 2021 by Kenny Huang. Those who earned a master's degree in chemical engineering in 2020 are Aaron Chong, Ryan Jaiprasad, Sun-Uk Kim, Shlomo Yehuda Liptag, Yawen Liu, Derek Ni, Tushar Danajay Nichakawade. Those who earned a master's degree in chemical engineering in 2021 are Kang Hyum Aum, Kevin Chen, Dave Chun, Mickey Huang, Arman Thapar, Katie Vaso, and Yushao Wang. Those who earned a master's degree in civil engineering in 2020 are Ahmed El-Kuli, Jia-Hyung Hong, Conrad Tadios Kiras, Jobin Thomas Matthew, Yongyan Nye, Kareem Saber, Judith Song Zhao, Kayla Rose Weg, Brian Dart Ming Wong, William Yang. And finally, those who earned a master's degree in civil engineering in 2021 are Abanub Bulis, Eric Ditchek, and Chitong Han. Okay, congratulations to all of those graduates from 2020, 2021, both in person and virtual.
Dean Shoup of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in electrical or mechanical engineering.
President Sparks, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate in both electrical and mechanical engineering who have completed all requirements within the School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering, with approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the bachelor's degree of electrical engineering or the bachelor's degree of mechanical engineering, and gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
And now, President Sparks, I also have the honor to present to you candidates for the master's degree in electrical or mechanical engineering who have completed all requirements within the School of Engineering.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Albert Nurkin School of Engineering, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates one of the following: master's degree of electrical engineering or master's degree of mechanical engineering, and gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Associate Dean Ruben Savitsky will now read the graduates' names.
Masters of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, Joseph E. Viola. Bachelor's of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, cum laude graduate and recipient of the Eugene Oger Memorial Award, Joseph A. Berkowitz. Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, recipient of the HSS minor in Philosophy, History, and Society, and cum laude graduate, Xiaolei Hu. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, cum laude graduate and recipient of the Essay Award for second year core curriculum, Gregoire Paul Cobel. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Matthew V. Cribbs. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Evan T. Bubniak. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Jared Lamb. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Jacques Mosseri. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Alexander Gezrel. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Ruben Solano Garcia. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Harold S. Goldberg Prize, the Henry D. Dickinson Award, and the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize, Enea Dushai. Bachelor of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize, Christopher Frank Magnano. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, recipient of the Mechanical Engineering Design Prize, Yuval Philipson. Bachelor's of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, recipient of the HSS minor in Economics and Public Policy, cum laude graduate, recipient of the Martin J. Waters Memorial Award, the Jesse Sherman Book Award, and the Essay Award for second year core curriculum, Theo Chaikanu. Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, and recipient of the Alexander C. Grove Memorial Prize, Nicholas Anthony Triano. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Horan Harry Wei. Okay. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Adam Joshua Blank. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the Class of 1907 Award, the Harry W. Reddick Award, and the Irvin Leon Lynn Memorial Prize, Samuel Maltz. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, cum laude graduate and recipient of the Harold Irwin Rue Prize, Lucy Shoup. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, recipient of the HSS minor in Economics and Public Policy, Zachary Friedman. Bachelor's and master's degrees in electrical engineering, as well as an HSS minor in philosophy, history, and society, summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Dale E. Zand Prize, Shifra Abitan. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, as well as recipient of the CS minor, Hanoch Goldfarb. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Ilara Seyman. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, magna cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Jesse Sherman Book Award, Brian Thomas Doherty. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Jason J. Curion. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Mark S. Gottlieb. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Harris Paspoletti. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Gianangelo C. Triat. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the Frank Caldiero Humanities Award, Samuel Ephraim Makarovsky. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate and recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, Miho Takayuchi. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Recipient of the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize and the Harold Irwin Brew Prize, Amal Bukhari. Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, Sophie Jaro. Bachelor's and master's degrees in Electrical Engineering and magna cum laude graduate, Do Hyung Kwan. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Sham Paripati. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, magna cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Dale E. Zand Prize, Kevin Curliu. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Yusen Wang. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Kevin Jiang. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Eric Y. Shui. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Tae Hyun Ko. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Eric J. Weichner. Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Hannah Quirk. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, and recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, Min Tai Win. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Ravindra Pitram. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Nithi Viswanathan Subiyan. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Harold S. Goldberg Prize, Aziza Almanakli. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Michael John Landino. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, Rebecca Faye Gartenberg. Bachelor's in Electrical Engineering with a minor in Computer Science, William Chen. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Abraham Pletman Memorial Fund Prize, Yuval Epstein Ofek. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Richard S. Lee. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering and summa cum laude graduate, Karen Yehoshua. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering and magna cum laude graduate, Alon Simon Levin. Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering and recipient of the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize, Connor William Lowry. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, recipient of the William C. and Esther Hoffman Beller Prize, as well as the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize, Dean Chan. Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering and recipient of the Nicholas M. Stefano Prize, Raymond Choi. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering and cum laude graduate, Junpeng Liu. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, cum laude graduate, and recipient of the Alexander C. Grove Memorial Prize, Alexander J. Seligson. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, summa cum laude graduate, Chae-Rin Jun. Bachelor's of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering, Daniel Pak. Okay, congratulations once again to all of the graduates who were with us in person. We would now like to recognize graduates who are attending the ceremony remotely. Those who earned a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering in 2020 are Guy Bar Yosef, Ivan Hussein Chowdhury, Joshua Timothy Chua Go, Weize Guo, Lia Hu, Yejun Huang, Zheng-O Jiang, Jing Jiang, Min Zhou, Benjamin Kaplan, Arman Singh Kohli, Leart Krasnicki, Raymond Lee, Kevin Lin, Zheng Lin, Jonathan Peduim, Bezalel Nechema Bitinsky, Ali Rahman, Tianshu Ren, Yi Rong, Vanil Shah, Rehan Jalal Sayed, Siri Yang, Hyunsuk Yun, Daniel Zorbig. Those who earned a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering in 2021 are D. May, Alan Ravitsky, Omar Fenmalai, and Jihao Wang. Those who earned a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering in 2020 are Daniel R. Abes, Gertrude Frema Dabo, Daniel Richard Feynman, Randall James Hilston, Naomi Javit, Christopher Ji-hoon Jung, Seryung Kim, Brian Lee, Kung Jun Lee, Taekyung Lee, Jung Lim, Xiaoyu Mao, William Henry Buck Morris, John Wynn, Hee-young Park, Akib Sadike, Sophie Helen Schneider. Those who earned a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering in 2021 are Shiyang Chen, Hyun Ha, Lutor Mei, and Jae-woon Woo. Those who earned a master's degree in electrical engineering in 2020 are Tyler Tilton Bell, Junbum Kim, Xiangling Kong, Stephen Michael Leone, Kelvin Lin, Benjamin Sterling, Carol Wadalovsky, Jonathan Raphael Weinrib. Those who earned a master's degree in electrical engineering in 2021 are Zheng Liu, Dennis Shishkov, and Gordon Su. Those who earned a master's degree in mechanical engineering 2020 are Sun Hua Kwan, Mingyan Li, Yingfu Ma, Jacob Benjamin Maddock, Olivia Hee-young Park, Ashish Pokharel, S.M. Mizanur Rahman, and Justin Charles Rooney, Zichun Sun, Dachi Tan, Yue Wang. And finally, those who earned a master's degree in mechanical engineering in 2021 are Keith Capuccio, Andrew Victor Mosen, Jiaxi Chen, Kevin Yao. Congratulations to all the graduates, both in person and who couldn't be with us here today.
Dean Tarani of the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in architecture.
Thank you, Laura. I don't know what's more stressful, to speak to a full audience, an absent audience, or reading without my glasses. President Sparks, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Baccalaureate in Architecture who've completed all requirements within the School of Architecture.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture, with approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the bachelor's degree of architecture and gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Now, President Sparks, I also have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Masters in Architecture who have completed all requirements within the School of Architecture.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Irwin S. Channon School of Architecture, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the power vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the master's degree of architecture and gladly admit you to all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
For the Bachelor of Architecture class of 20, Yoon Sang Jo. The recipient of the Snarkitecture Commencement Prize, the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, the 2019 Gensler Diversity Scholarship, the 2018 AIA Brooklyn Scholarship, Brooklyn Architects Scholarship Foundation. For the Bachelor of Architecture class of 20, Chun Lung Jeremy Sun. A recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor of Architecture class of 20, Arnold Angelo Sylvan. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize, as well as the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship for the Bachelors of Architecture class of 21, David L. Bermudez. For a Bachelors of Architecture class of 21, Jihan Matthew Chan. Recipient of the Irma Justino Weiss Prize, the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, the 2019 AIA Brooklyn Scholarship, the Brooklyn Architects Scholarship Fund, and a new Iranian citizen, Marin Bailey Spire. Recipient of the Abraham E. Kazan Award for Urban Design, a Bachelor's of Architecture class of 21, Javier Blancas. The recipient of the American Institute of Architects Henry Adams Medal and Certificate of Merit with a Bachelor's of Architecture class of 21, Juan Pablo Cardona. Recipient of the Allen N. Goldfisher Memorial Award, the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, as well as the 2020 Lee J. Principe Memorial Scholarship from the Concrete Industry Foundation for a Bachelor's of Architecture class of 21, Maximilian Mamak. Recipient of the Henry Dropkin Award, the James Craig and Irene Scala Designing with Type Award, with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in the class of 20, Da Yi. Recipient of the Peter Bruder Memorial Fund Annual Prize, as well as the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, Jesse Thomas Bassett. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize, as well as the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture Class of 21, Taisha Aurora. Recipient of the Alpha Rokai Medal, as well as the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, Juan Carlos El Javier. Recipient of the Irma Justino Weiss Prize, the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, honorable mention in the 2020 KPF Traveling Fellowship, as well as the 2019 Eleanor Allwork Scholarship from the Center of Architecture, AIA New York, with a Bachelor of Architecture Class of 21, Isaac Diego Islas Cox. Recipient of the Allen N. Goldfisher Memorial Award, as well as the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with the Bachelor's of Architecture Class of 21, Brandy L. Vasquez. With a Bachelor's of Architecture Class of 21, Eli Kim. Recipient of the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture Class of 21, as well as an HSS minor in Literature, Minjung Park. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize with a Bachelor of Architecture Class of 21, Rizako Marie Akari. Recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture Class of 21, Stella Blue Porzungolu. A Bachelor's of Architecture for the class of 21, Claudia Mancuso Dauria. Recipient of the Alan N. Goldfisher Memorial Award, as well as the 2019 Diane Lewis Memorial Architecture Travel Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture class of 20, Natalie A. Deshin. Recipient of the Abraham E. Kazan Award for Urban Design, as well as the 2019 Diane Lewis Memorial Architecture Travel Fellowship, as well as a service to the School Award from the School of Architecture with a Bachelor's of Architecture, class of 20, Chong Gu. A Bachelor's of Architecture for the class of 21, Karina S. Jivikova. Recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture class of 21, Shishan Chen. Recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture, class of 21, Tracy Tan. Recipient of the George Ledley Fund Annual Prize, as well as the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture, class of 21, Mudong Jung. Oh boy. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Architecture, the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, the 2020 Eleanor Allwork Scholarship Center for Architecture from the AIA of New York, as well as school service to the School Award from the School of Architecture, Zhenya Dementiel. With a Bachelor's of Architecture, class of 21, Karim Sabri. Recipient of the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture, Class of 21, Zalmai Levrat Sherzad. Recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship with a Bachelor's of Architecture, Class of 20, Daniel J. Smith. Recipient of the William Cooper Mack Thesis Fellowship, as well as service to the School Award from the School of Architecture with a Bachelor's of Architecture, Class of 21, HSS minor, History and Society, Gabriela Orsi. A Master's of Architecture, Class of 21, Qicheng Wu. A Master's of Architecture, Class of 21, Nyenying Lin. A Master's of Architecture, Class of 21, Austin McInnes. And we are done here. There's going to be another list.
Oh,
I thought there were, yeah. There's a couple more students I'd like to read off here who are entering remotely. For those who earned a bachelor's degree in architecture in 2020 and who are not able to attend today, Dylan T. DeWald, Victoria Clanso, Kayla Karine Montes de Oca, Helmut Rosales, a difficult one, Sirafat Santierico, Tong Shu, Ain Song, Wei Hongji, as well as Shuqing Zhan. For those who earned a bachelor's degree in architecture in 21 and unable to be present today, Bo Kai, as well as William Smith Clark. For those who earned a master's degree in architecture in 2020 and not present today, Tianying Li, Feng Hao Lu, Yushi Luo, Yen Quan Hie, Zheng Yin, Haoshen Zhang, as well as Xiao Xiao Zhao. And finally, to top it off, for those who earned a master's degree in architecture in 2021, not present today, Sally Chen, Yingxiao Chen, Jamie Lindsay, Ronnie Shannon, as well as Du-Sung Shin. Thank you very much.
Dean Essel of the School of Art will present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in art.
President Sparks, I now have the honor to present to you the candidates for the Baccalaureate in Art who have completed all requirements within the School of Art.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Art, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of the Cooper Union, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of New York, I hereby confer upon all qualified candidates the bachelor's degree of art and gladly admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Kiara Bird, the recipient of the Pietro and Alfreda Montana Prize. Tristan Hughes Freeland. Alyssa Petrosova. Oh, Alisa. Lumio Nocito, recipient of the A.A. Lowe Fund Prize and the Vincent J. Malcorrect Jr. Memorial Prize. The recipient of the Pietro Alfreda Montana Prize and the Richard Lewis Block Memorial Prize, Kian McYown. The recipient of the Laura Miller Margolis 42 Memorial Prize and the Karen Tender Lurkis Prize, Haley Collins. Samuel Alexander. The recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Diego Herrera. Simon Deschamps. I don't think I said that right. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? Yes. Awesome. Go ahead. Emily Manwaring. Yes. Over here. The recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, Vixie Dorado. Richcard Isaac. Taewon Clark. The recipient of the Irma Justino Weiss Prize, Nicole Elizabeth Lindner. Recipient of the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship, John Christian Rose. What's up? Recipient of the Henry Dropkin Award and the Type Directors Club Scholarship, Nicholas George Marabella. Ashlyn Guillot. Guo? Oh, I apologize. Recipient of the Sarah Cooper Hewitt Fund Prize and the Fred A. Lane Prize, Juan Jose Garcia. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Art, the Charles Goodman Essay Award in Humanities, and the Type Directors Club Scholarship, Valerie Franco. Wow. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Samuel Workov. The recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, Willa Lyon Kozanuk. Recipient of the Betty Golden Memorial Fund Book Prize, Delia Ann Cadman. Akila Williams. Camila Villa. Floyd. Tarak Gang. Recipient of the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship, Ashton P. Crow. Daniel Aaron Polanski. Recipient of the Vincent J. Malcorrect Jr. Memorial Prize, Gunnar Andrew Kortenbach. Recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award and the Vincent J. Malcorrect Jr. Memorial Prize, Stephen P. Bottomley. Congrats. Tammy Jane Way. Hannah Torrens. Recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award, the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, and the Rolf Harim Paint Award, Jessica Christina Martinez. Hello. Recipient of the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship and the O'Brien Fellowship for Study Abroad, Christian Julian Vargas. Jamie Tortorelli. Congrats. Frances Leah Teiska. Recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, Calla Joan McInnes. The recipient of the Ethel Cram Memorial Prize and the James Craig and Irene Scala Designing with Type Award, Aika Khan. Thank you. The recipient of the Jock and Natasha Gelman Foundation Prize, the Palmer Hayden Travel Fellowship, the Sylvia Appleman Award, and the Service to the School Award from the School of Art, Sydney Alexis Vernon. Recipient of the Tony and David Yarnell Merit Award of Excellence in Art, William R. Adams. Congrats. Congrats, babe. Recipient of the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize and the Fellowship of Yale University Summer School of Music and Art, Jonathan Allen Wilborn. Wendy Dellen Wallert. Recipient of the Vina T. Carroll Award, Antonia Lucy Genrich. Ornella Polo. Jun Ko walk. I'm sorry. Hold on. June Ko is walking as a graduate and in honor of her brother Gun Ko. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Olivia C. Hawk. Recipient of the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship, Khalil Etu Russell Arguedas. Recipient of the Benjamin Menschel Fellowship, Ana Sofia Herrero Flores. Recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize, Daniel Chassler Lukal. Laszlo Kenton Horvath. Colin Deloach. Could have used a little help on this. The recipient of the Elliott Lash Memorial Prize and the O'Brien Fellowship for Study Abroad, Lucas K. Zafiru Zeberg. Brian Chow Husai. Max Thomas Miller. Colton Terry. Kirsten Mercado. Ava J. Markle. Nicholas Diornelis. Nicholas J. Graziolo. Hey! Nick. Michelle Lord Dewey Reyes. Simone Irene Dunier. Recipient of the Betty Golden Memorial Fund Book Prize, Mia Lockhart. Elizaveta Belkina. Jesus Alberto Morales, recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award and the Rhoda Lubalin Fellowship. Ty Pawlowski. Recipient of the Martin J. Waters Memorial Award and the Michael S. Vivo Memorial Prize, David Sammy. Enzo Iwaze. Recipient of the Eleanor Gay Lee Gallery Foundation Scholar Award, Raffaella Fontanelle. This is for the Bachelor of Engineering, summa cum laude recipient of the Wilson G. Hunt Class of 1905 Fund Prize, Rose Gebhardt. All right, and now I will recognize the graduates who are attending the ceremony remotely. Tal Bogomolny, Derek Elwood, Kyle B. Finkelstein, Joshua William Gilman, Robert Jesus Gomez, Jordan Alexander Greenblatt, Michelle Jimenez, Cassidy N. Little, Sophia Lipka, Darius Fabe Mickelman, Chester Mills, Kayla Muldrow, Nathaniel Sasso, Kayla Wadzinski, Hal Chang Wang, Tom Wickman, Ryan Connor Yale, Angelo Alexander Maurice Barth, Haley Amber Beno, Malik Bowser, Anna Michelle Burholt, Una Saring Carol Warhola, Jermaine Isaac Carter, Emmanuel Desir, Jolzy Josefina Fernandez, Kiani Mieko Ferris, Daniel Jack Foster, Eric Patrick Goins, Valerie Michelle Gonzalez, Braden Ayana Hollis, Ming Pu Hu, Anita Maximiuk, Paolo Mentasi, Ruth Natanzone, Christian Pagan, Catherine Ray Pasquarelli, Magnus Peterson Horner, Daniela Portillo, Anicia Rakaj, Devlin Clara Recitar, Zuri Adori Scott, Leo Serrerier, Tandis Shalsteri, Bryce M. Snyder, Justin Howard Usher, Ricardo Eden Velez, John Benjamin Werther, and Zoe Zersen.
Good afternoon. I'm Malcolm King, and as an electrical engineering graduate, class of 1997, and as chair of the Board of Trustees, I'm very pleased to welcome you to the community of alumni of the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art. As I have, you'll encounter many other Cooper alums in your travels, and when you meet them, you'll experience a certain bond that comes from the distinctiveness of the Cooper experience. And you'll find that that bond and that experience transcends generations. But why leave meeting other alumni to chance? I encourage each of you to stay connected, check in on students, come to the Great Hall, network with your fellow alums in the various events that we hold. And also, you should definitely make sure to formally register as a member of the Cooper Union Alumni Association at cooperalumni.org. I'm looking forward to seeing you at some upcoming events. I'd like to acknowledge, not yet. I have to acknowledge that you've all experienced Cooper at a rather challenging time. I thought it was pretty tough for me about 25 years ago, but it's really hard to imagine experiencing it during a global pandemic. Not being able to do the things or interact the way we were used to, whether it was for study groups, whether it was for projects, or whether it was to be social. I'd like to offer special recognition to the classes of 2020 and 2021 for all of your accomplishments and making it through. You're clearly ready to deal with whatever life throws at you from this day forward. And speaking of this day, to reflect on what does this day really mean? I'm sure that it feels like it's about you and your families, and it is, partially, but it's also much more than that. 2 paragraphs in Peter Cooper's letter to the trustees from 1859 capture the essence and the intent of the Cooper Union. And I quote, "My design is to establish this institution in the hope that unnumbered youth will here receive the inspiration of truth in all its native power and beauty, and find it a source of perpetual pleasure, to spread its transforming influence throughout the world. Believing in and hoping for such a result, I desire to make this institution contribute in every way to aid the efforts of youth to acquire useful knowledge and to find and fill that place in the community where their capacity and talents can be usefully employed with the greatest possible advantage to themselves and the community in which they live. As Peter Cooper envisioned more than 160 years ago, today is about the knowledge and the skills that you acquired during your time at Cooper. But it's also very much about the positive impact that you're expected to have on your communities in the future. And this is very much what Wangechi encouraged us to keep in mind in her address. Having empathy for and accountability to those around us. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and your fellow alumni, congratulations. We're proud of all of you for having the fortitude to make it through, and we look forward to hearing the ways in which you'll be a gift to the world around you in the future. Thank you.